Yeah, he was only on the
He's
Phillies for a
banned.
little bit though.
Yeah, but when he was on there,
Yeah. He was old. I think he was the end of his career, right?
yeah, but he was
Yeah.
still in his prime.
He's got hits
Hey,
like a tennis
Chase
racket.
Utley, had quite the career at the Phillies too.
He's gonna have a good year this year. He's having a good spring training.
Chase Utley.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
You don't know who Steve
gray hair now.
Bedrosian is?
I know the name Steve Bedrosian.
He was a
I
closer.
don't know anything about him. I know.
He
I know.
saves games.
I know Mitch Williams.
What? I don't know.
Wild thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 15
Kurt
seconds
Schilling.
left.
Graduated from high school in '92. Dog.
And
That's
now
what
he's
this guy
here.
Said. B sheds. Italian Mobster '98. You're from Philly too. Where are you guys from? Italian Mobster must be from South Philly.
93 was gangsta.
Fat
Yeah,
ass
it was.
Rip, Westchester. Where'd you go to? Henderson or Westchester East, or what else? I think. that's
Hey,
the only
we're
two.
starting.
Oh,
The cash
all
is
right.
live.
Shh.
The cash is real.
The faces are fake.
The stars are live.
The money is counterfeit.
A for,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you.
A for effort. Now let's see what Neil does.
Phil,
Go.
related to Tony Stark,
Tony Stark?
aka Iron Man.
Yeah, let me jump
So
start
Mark has 2 pocket pairs in his hands, 6s and 3s. We have some marginal hands here. Oh no, it's Mark that has 6s and 3s. Phil has 9-5-5 deuce, not the best hand to play. He's on the button. I would not advise playing that hand.
I agree.
None of these hands are too good. I've been learning a lot lately about pre-flop.
Michael and Colleen. Well, Colleen's got an okay hand.
None
but,
of these hands are great.
Right. But ace-x suited's always strong.
Colleen flops top.
Yeah, give me a pen.
Yeah, that's George Lucas.
Pencil so I can write on what I have.
That's George Lucas, yeah. Neil, he plays out here.
Oh, look
Albert
at
bets.
this.
Colleen
Look at
calls
this
Yeah,
guy.
the
you,
back
you saw Neil the
door.
other day.
My friend,
No-
Stark, that is not Slay America. Phil could be Luke's father.
Luke's father's Darth Vader.
Good point. George knew that.
1 million.
$1 million.
Thanks, why read this?
$1 million.
Play high-low, right,
We're
guys?
doing our best. We got big things
Gary,
coming up.
we
We got
need you,
some
dude.
big things coming up in the next couple
Big
weeks.
things popping.
Wait till you see what we got on Live at the Bike.
We got a raise from C3.
That's C3 is Rick, and
Call from Phil Stark.
that's Michael right there in the purple. That's Albert in blue.
What hands they? Phil's got kings.
Okay, that's a playable hand. I would flat that hand. Oh, he raised. Or no,
No, he flatted.
Flatted, okay.
He flatted. C3 raised.
All right, we're getting it backed up here. So he flats kings, which I definitely like. You don't want to 3-bet bad kings.
Yeah. All three, and all three play so differently.
there you
So
go.
many times.
Like,
There you go. Look at it.
I have the
Look
most
at
experience in
this.
low limit PLO and
Yeah.
mid stakes
Off
PLO.
to the-
High stakes PLO is just a very
Right.
animal game. A lot of blockers, a lot of plays are being made, and like it's just very advanced. It's hard to keep track.
I'm a strap
Okay,
on.
Mark, he's got aces
Then at
with
least if you lose it, you don't feel so bad.
A7 of diamonds.
Is he in the straddle or where?
I think he's he's either straddle or big one. He should be straddle because he's C2.
Yeah, he's in the straddle, so that's a good spot. So Phil, not a very good hand. He's double suited, but very gappy hand here. 4-6-8 queen. Michael Ace Queen Jack 9 is a decent hand.
It's okay, but you're missing the ace-x suited, which is
Yeah,
so huge. in
exactly.
PLO.
Neil with like bad kings, and Mark with bad like okay aces. He has
You're okay,
nut
yeah.
suit. Yeah, okay aces. He's got 2 to Broadway and okay aces. And Phil calls, so Phil's gonna bring some action here. And if Phil's a little bit deeper, we'll get his.
Get out.
5-minute
and have like a pair with it.
No, I want you to figure it out on your own.
Flipped it and I was like, oh,
For the
this is
gaming, I got
good.
no limit. That's the problem.
We got our meeting Gary in the building, in his seat. There's Daniel with that lovely beard and the tattoos. That's Daniel. He's great action.
He escaped from the Pirates of the Caribbean.
The choice.
Phil
Yes,
already
Help
showing
me.
that he's willing to play some
Yeah.
speculative hands, and
You next-
he's going to get in
you had to
there.
cut off your
He's
little
not here to
shadow.
fold. And Albert, he's another guy that's going to give great action. He'll
Yeah,
mix it
go
up.
ahead.
This is going to be a fun game. Colleen, we know all about Colleen. She'll do anything. She'll even bluff Wayne, which is suicidal.
10,000.
No, she valued
Give
me.
me 10,000.
So-
She will try to play.
40,
And
40.
especially the low stakes and even the mid stakes, a lot of people just play their hands straight up.
40.
Do you think position's more important in PLO or no limit?
Yes. Restraddle.
That's actually it's arguable for both.
Try, but I was like,
I think PLO,
I think
but obviously it's really important in everything.
I think in the competitive games,
got up. I'm like, all right, I'll take
no
it.
limit.
Is that a blind
Like in the highly competitive games, because it's like
Double
when you're in the cutoff and no limit versus you're on the button, it's such night and day. Because like you
Look at
raise
me.
on the cutoff, the
Okay,
button
see
just
what I
always
do.
just like jump on you.
Yeah.
And with the button, you just guaranteed position. And but in the mid stakes and the low stakes, when nobody's gonna attack you like that, yeah, it's not as important.
Those chips at the felt? You're about to get
In
raised.
PLO, a lot of times cards speak when you have enough flush. Knowing the players and their tendencies and their hand selection in PLO is something that's just like huge. Like in the loose games, in the low stakes games, when you see people just throwing around rags, like I'm gonna throw AJ under the bus
heavy
here.
artillery.
AJ in a previous show was playing just a lot of like
Well,
4 cards that seem like they could be played together, but then when he hits the flop, all of a sudden he's like a small dog. But when you're like a small dog, every single time you're just leaking.
You're like, oh, wait, you just
Large
cards.
shadow.
Albert, go, change cards up.
Then you've seen people like Mark Dornfeld, Matt Dornfeld,
Yeah, 50,
Miguel, who
50,
play very, very
25
close to
here.
the vest pre-flop. So
Are you the first? Okay.
in position,
You the first? Go ahead. I'll let you be the first.
when there's like a triple coordinated like medium or low board, it's unlikely they hit it, and they could be scared if they only have like bare aces,
Yeah. I'm going to be the last person who put down the money.
or if they have like 3 or 4 Broadway cards.
Now this is a really good hand.
This is a very good hand. I love
Ace
this
King
hand.
Jack
Yeah.
10 double suited. So, one thing I learned just from trying to learn more about PLO, about like opening ranges and flatting ranges, pre-flop and stuff like that, is that the suits don't really matter as much as the cards and the playability and the connectedness.
Okay, Mark's got a huge hand. He's got aces with a king, and this is the problem with the 4 Broadway cards: is you get
You run into
dominated
aces
by
or kings,
aces,
and
right?
you're just.
I wanna
Well,
go
not so much
mano a
king.
mano.
Well, I'm just saying though,
aces,
but
yeah.
if you have Ace King Jack 10, like, the king is.
Queen Queen Jack, if you hit the board like Ace Queen 10, you flop the nuts straight and you have second set, and say you had a flush draw with it. Now, how many people it's not often you're gonna get action, but when you do get action, and it's like 2-way, 3-way, 4-way, you're scooping in massive pots, and you have like so much equity.
He was telling a cocktail waitress not to charge live
With the bike. This is how you hit and run.
Large shadow.
You ever hit and run at the live with the bike?
Like people, like old school people, like, oh, Ace King
That'd be
King,
the
that's
first-
the
Yeah,
the highest.
Just give me some idea there.
This is the biggest favorite pre-flop.
That's a
Well, you
great
can't get
idea.
it in pre-flop because this is pot limit.
Would you even care?
And that was a big mistake I made
I don't wanna
starting the
hurt your
game. I was like,
feelings.
oh my
I
god,
always
aces, I have
protect
to
your
3-bet. I have
feelings,
to.
no matter
No, you
what
don't
I
have
say
to
on the
3-bet. You
table.
could keep the pot small. You could, if you have good aces, you
Yeah, that's
definitely
Steve
want to
Miller's
3-bet
band.
because you want to hit the board strong
Come on,
and then,
take the money
blow the
and
pot.
run.
But if you have something like ace, 7 deuce, no suits, like you're literally set mining for aces because it's just impossible to play post flop. Check out my PLO hands on YouTube. I think for the low stakes and mid stakes, I have a pretty solid foundation. I wouldn't trust my game in the high stakes, but you can see I get it in really good with hammer locks and a lot of hands.
No.
And you could
Just
you
keep a
see
little
my
bit more.
hand
Oh, you
selection
should-
and how
you
it
should
differs
put 30
from the
more than
ones you
double
Google.
straddle. Yeah. 80.
Do 80.
ZZ Top. Yes.
Neil's sitting deep. He already won it all in. He's sitting about 8K deep. Phil and Gary also deep. Everybody else under 1,000. This game is a $500 minimum uncapped game. 5-5 PLO. You can straddle.
This is, you won't be playing. You'll be
Do whatever you want. It's PLO. It's uncapped. Should be a lot of fun tonight. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
So the thing is, while people are playing loose pre-flop, they're pretty much playing their hands straight up post-flop.
Right.
Unlike the high-stakes games like that we have on Live at the
Or
Bank.
unlike No Limit Hold'em.
Yeah. So what happens is there's a lot of cold decking. If your pre-flop hand selection sucks or is not solid, then you hit the board seemingly hard, and somebody just hits it so much harder, and then you're like, oh, I had to go in. Well, the mistake actually came pre-flop, because when you flop those hands, there's nothing you could do.
Yeah.
You either go with it or you check the flop, and like, what are you looking for if you call the flop or you call the hand pre-flop?
All right,
And just,
Gary with a he's in the straddle. He calls 40. He was raised to 80 pre. Not a great hand.
very
He's
loose
pretty much
hand.
got sevens.
Yeah.
With 6-7. He's got a gutter now. Let's see who has what here. Neil has a gut,
Phil
a
has
bad
the
gut shot.
second the
Knowing that it's hard for people to have something unless they have a set.
Right. So one thing also to notice with PLO is when there's 3 wheel cards without an ace, like that's the other thing, because everybody plays a lot of people play ace X suited, and one of the danglers can just be a wheel card. So a lot of times people can just like flop the wheel. So that's why low
Follow the numbers.
flops where 3 to a wheel are just like really dangerous when you have just the other higher end hands like Jack 10, 9, 8 double suited, or King, King, Jack 10 double suited. Unhappy look, and it was like genuine. So I think Phil was pretty confident he had a winner, and it was just maybe he could get a random curiosity call. Who knows?
Would you agree that in PLO you shouldn't go for thin value nearly as often as you do in No Limit? No Limit, you got to go for thin value.
Right. So a lot of things like 2 pair or less is often just a bluff catcher.
Or showdown value.
Yeah.
Check back the river.
Right.
Yeah, we call cocktails.
There are some cases where it can be different, where you see like the higher level games, like we saw
hurry
Zach
up
Freeman
before I
and
lose all
who was the
my
guy?
money
There was
back
like
and
one guy had a
nobody's
straight,
gonna
one guy had aces, and the aces was like going for thin value and actually bluffed out the straight.
Oh, yeah, Zach folded, yeah.
Yeah.
How much? 110?
He's buying my.
But
Oh my.
the thin value
Insane.
actually comes from not having the nuts and just getting somebody to call you with a
110.
bluff catcher. So I had a hand where I had like the second or third nut, and I knew it was good, and I knew nobody had anything. So I just bet so freaking small.
To induce?
Yeah, just to induce a possible.
So this is another spot where, like in No Limit, you have decent showdown value, but in PLO you just don't with an 8.
Yeah.
Open. You have to open all
'Cause
your cards.
you start with
I
nines,
can't
tens,
take it anymore.
jacks,
Go. No.
Kings,
You gotta
aces.
show off for a card or muck.
Yo, these guys have a lot
I
of
can't-
history,
yeah,
so
you're
they're
not
not
gonna do
taking
that
any
to me
traction
no
from
more.
anyone. Gary will always try to get you to
These are
show your
now
hand. Like he'll pretend he
history.
doesn't know the rules.
Yeah,
He's
right.
he's like, no,
No,
it's
it's not
casino.
dirty.
You show
How
first.
many times you misannounce your hand?
How do you like my Gary accent?
Oh, someone else was commenting in there about it earlier.
Did we order?
Somebody in the chat was
Okay, we
asking,
didn't order.
what's a good
Okay,
website to learn PLO?
I don't think there are any. I think Upswing is trying to do it, and what's the?
Well, I would say that Run It Once is probably the
Yeah, Run It
best.
Once.
Run it if you go to Run It Once.
But again, I want to add like the mid stakes and small stakes PLO plays so differently from the high stakes. So a lot of the stuff they say, like and a lot of the play that you see at the high level PLO games just doesn't apply.
I saw someone fold. Oh, Colleen fold 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I kind of like to open that hand.
when are you playing PLO next?
You don't like that hand?
No.
I guess it depends on position. But
Yeah, if you're on the button, you can really open up your range.
But what's the lowest four-liner hand that you like to open from
Like
under the gun?
mid? Under the gun? Oh, gee. Yeah, he could withstand a raise, and if he had backdoor straights, like smoother backdoor straights, then, you know, it's more justifiable. Because
Right.
PLO is about, for the big pots, is about getting to the river.
Yeah, so you got to have some backdoor possibilities if you don't have a nutted hand on the flop.
Yeah, because one of the things about having double suited hands is, like, on the turn, you can have both flush draws. And